Hello Fargo, my name is Tony Gehrig, Fargo City Commissioner. I'm here to give you the July 2nd update for the Fargo City Commission meeting. Four issues on this agenda. First was some Renaissance Zone exemptions. We had 4 or 5 of them on the list, and no big story here. I voted no against those. I feel that the Renaissance Zone has run its course. It's time for downtown to stand its own 2 feet and start paying taxes. Downtown is the most valuable land in North Dakota. People want to be here. People are paying to be here. And I think it's time to do that. So I voted no, and I'll continue to vote no on Renaissance Zone exemptions. There was a special assessments vote that also came up. There was a list, and I can show you the list here real quick, of a lot. This entire page is a list of special assessments that was given to the City Commission, totaling millions and millions of dollars. And right now we only have one way to fund infrastructure of this kind. That is through special assessments. We are going to set up forth a task force, hopefully tonight, to change that or take a look at changing it. But currently, this is the way we do it. So what I asked of the commission was, hey, I will vote yes on this if we remove the 1% on top price that we charge you. So we charge you a 25% administrative fee, engineering fee on top of your assessment. Then we charge you a 1% interest rate over top the interest rate that we received. And we think that that's a great way to fund things, and it puts money in the city's pocket, but you end up pulling the bag. So I asked for a 0.25% over and a top as a contingency in case people don't pay, which by the way has never happened. And that way we're not taking additional dollars that we over and above what we told you we would take. That was voted down 4-1. So I voted down. I voted against the special assessments based on that, and I hope going forward that the other commissioners will come along and realize that this is a dramatic burden on the folks. There was commission. So the election's over. So the mayor assigns commissioners their liaison. So, for example, I was on the airport authority. I was liaison there. I also work with the fire department and things like that. And the utilities. So nothing changed. The same commissioners that were here 5 months ago are here again now. So I assumed, or I made the assumption, I suppose, that the liaison assignments would stay the same, which was not true. I was on the airport authority. The authority that looks over the airport itself. They are basically the city commission of the airport. They vote, they spend money, they pay bills, they tax and set rates, things like that. I enjoyed doing it. I'm a pilot by trade. I'm an Air Force pilot, and I felt like it was a great fit for me. The mayor, in his wisdom, decided to put Dave Pepcorn up in that position instead. I'm not quite sure as to why. I feel like the airport has been doing very, very well, and that I was a good conduit for the commission on that. There was some conjecture by Tony Gehrig that Dave was put on there in order to get a parking ramp at the airport. I'm not supportive of a parking ramp, obviously. It costs a tremendous amount of money, and we don't gain anything. So maybe I was removed because I was not supportive of the mayor's idea to put a parking ramp up there. It's possible, and I think there's a lot of politics happening here. I was not happy about it, so that was also a 4-1 vote to approve the liaison assignments. I voted no against that. One of the more important discussions that we had was about pilots. Payment in lieu of taxes. The payment or the pilot that was on the agenda, was for downtown to remove homes and things like that and put up a new structure. They wanted money from the government in order to do that. And of course I voted no against that. It was a 3-2 vote. John Strand also voted no against it because we're putting up apartments where there could be homes, for one thing. But the discussion then cropped up and said, well, hey, has incentives been good for downtown? Has incentives been good for the Roosevelt neighborhood and things like that? And I think it's hard to argue that incentives back in the year 2000 were good for the city of Fargo because we had a part of our town that was downtrodden, that was really looking bad and wasn't bouncing back. So are there things that the government can do, like lower tax burden, for example? Wow, who would have thought? Then that area will grow, which is what we did. But asking the question of is it good or was it good then is the wrong question to ask. The question to ask now is, should it keep going? Should we continue to do it? Because the idea of the government is, well, if some is good, more must be better, right? So if we have some incentives in downtown and it worked, oh my goodness, we should put more incentives downtown and then it must work even better, right? No, that's not how it works. The market adjusts to these things. So now if people, in order to come downtown, require incentives. They demand incentives. And if you don't build, they threaten you with not building unless you give them the incentives. That's not the way it should work. Okay, downtown is back. Downtown is growing. Downtown is the most valuable land in North Dakota. Did it work? Yes. Will it work in the future? No. And we are harming the other parts of the city by continuing to give dramatic amounts of incentives. That's important. I'll repeat that. We are harming other parts of the city by continually giving downtown tax breaks while expecting other parts of town to just be on their own. Midtown, you're on your own. South Fargo, you're on your own. And all at the same time, we're stealing business from you and bringing it downtown into this square mile area because we think it's cool, because we think it's fun. And we get to be in the cool kids club if we can say downtown, baby. Well, it's time for the free market to take hold. So that was a no vote for me, and I'm excited that John Strand voted against it. He had his own reasons for it. You can ask him about those reasons. I won't speak for him. But it's a 3-2 vote in order to give away hundreds of thousands of dollars to someone who did not need it. So that's the recap for the July 2nd Fargo City Commission meeting. If you have questions, by all means call me, text me, email me, Facebook, go on the city website, contact me there. But please keep watching how we're spending your tax dollars. Thank you.